Alan Stratton from Woodturning. I've made tops before on the lathe, but now I want to take it to the next level. I want to make a tippy top. These are different in that, if properly done, they should flip over on their top and reverse the direction of their rotation. There's a lot of physics involved with complex equations that I really don't want to get into. So let's just make one and see how it turns out.
I chose poplar for the main body. This is my first tippy top, so I don't want to use an exotic wood. As a light colored wood, I can decorate this with colored pens. I mounted the wood in a chuck and used the tailstock for additional security. After roughing it out, the cylinder is about 1 5/8 inches in diameter. I marked the length equal to the diameter, then I roughed out a spherical shape with a bowl gouge, then switched to a skew to refine the sphere. Later I switched to a spindle gouge as necessary to hog out material near the parting off. I checked the sphere with dividers. It seemed to be close. I decided to drill out the top at this point before sanding. A lot of the top will be drilled out, so there's no sense in sanding it first. I drilled a 7/8 inch diameter hole with a Forstner bit about 1 inch deep, and a 1/4 inch hole another 3/8 inch deep for the spindle. Then I decided the hole was too small, so I drilled a 1 inch diameter hole. I decided now would be a good time to at least rough sand the sphere. I also sanded and finished the recess in the upper surface of the top. Then I decided to make my 1/4 inch dowel for use for the spindle. I should have made it first because I had to swap my chuck jaws back and forth. For my dowel, I roughed it with a gouge before switching to a skew. I used a 1/4 inch end wrench to size the dowel. A little sanding and some finish, and it's ready to part off. Then back to the main body. The first task is to glue in the spindle. I left it a little long so I could use the center mark on this end of the dowel to center the tailstock for gluing. After more sanding, I started to part off the top, but realized just in time I needed to trim the spindle. One article I read indicated the spindle should have a flat on its top with a little chamfer around it, so I sanded the spindle to this shape. Then I decorated the top with colored pens and finished it with shellac friction polish. Now to test the tippy top. An article indicated that not all tippy tops will actually flip over. So let's test it. It spins nicely, has a nice wobble and then stabilizes again. But after several attempts, it never flipped over. I don't know why. Perhaps I should have drilled it out more? Is it a function of center of gravity? Or a shape that is not perfectly spherical? I don't know. Perhaps someone has a simple answer before I try a tippy top again. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next video. This is Alan Stratton from Woodturning.